Josh Dubin explains, Joe, why Ron DeSantis is a complete piece of shit. All right, let's watch this.
Okay.
This is going to be good.
And we just have to be willing to step out of this tribal mentality, all right? You look at a guy like Ron DeSantis, all right? Everyone's has their back up already. Ron DeSantis, all right?
I'll be back.
What he did in Orlando was so fucking mind-blowing. Or was it in Orlando that he did this? No, in Hillsborough County in Tampa. He goes and removes this really terrific guy, right? Who, whether you like him or not, let's not call him a terrific guy. He goes and removes a prosecutor, an elected official, on the hypothetical that if a state law passes, that this guy won't enforce it. All right.
Hypothetical. Is this from a statement?
This is a hypothetical because the guy signed a letter along with a bunch of other state and district attorneys saying if you pass an abortion law, I don't think it's a good use of our resources to prosecute people that might be the victims of rape, who are doctors who are trying to help the victims of rape. I think it clogs up the system, and they had their rationale for it. But there had never been a case brought before him yet. Now, why did Ron DeSantis do that, in my opinion? He did that because he knows abortion is a hot button issue. And if he goes down there and removes this guy, he becomes a hero for it. Here's the hypocrisy in that. This has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with the right thing. Watch this. This should fucking freak everybody out. Imagine this. In Florida, marijuana is still illegal. I want to get it right, so I'll tell you what statute it's in. In the Florida statute,
it's very illegal.
The statute criminalizing weed in Florida is section 893.03. It's a controlled substance in Florida. There are a lot of states where it's still a controlled substance, but it's been decriminalized. Florida's not one of them. In Orlando said, you know what? We're going to decriminalize it. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to make it like a traffic ticket. There's a sticky problem there, though, because there's a state law, section 893.03, that makes it illegal. So they passed a county ordinance. They got the city council together and they passed a county ordinance, and they said by a 4-3 vote,
4-3.
We are not going to prosecute according to state law. We're going to prosecute according to this county ordinance. If Ron DeSantis gave a shit about state attorneys not prosecuting crimes, don't you think he would have been right there and said, what the fuck is this? You're not prosecuting according to state law? You're not fit to be a state attorney. I'm pulling you out of office. That's the first thing he would have done. He didn't do that. They actually created a way to circumvent state law and did it. This is not a hypothetical. Why did he do that? Why didn't he do that? Because he doesn't give a fuck about, this is not about the issue.
Well, also probably because it's politically popular.
Abortion is politically popular, so he knows he's going to make himself, so whether you're a quote-unquote Republican, a Democrat, a libertarian, if you don't look at that fact and say, there's something really wrong there, something wrong, I don't care about anything else involving this man, that in and of itself smacks of fascism. When you go grab an elected official by the scruff of their neck and yank them out of an elected position, that doesn't horrify you? I mean, but when it comes to weed, it's illegal in the state of Florida. You sort of did an end around here to get around the law, but I'm going to leave that state attorney alone. There's no answer to that. I have met this man before. He threw a tissy fit over the fact that I was wearing a mask at the height of the pandemic because my son has type 1 diabetes, and it wasn't known yet whether I could get it, pass it to him, and instead of meeting with me, turned his back on me and walked out. He cancels clemency routinely in Florida. That should bother people, that people like Derek, who just want a hearing, just hear me. You cancel the fucking clemency? You cancel the entire hearing so people's cases can't get heard. And until we're willing to step out of this...
Why do you think he does that?
You would you would have to ask him. But the question is, why are we tolerating it? Why are we putting up with it? Why are we saying that that's okay? Why? Because it's a tribal mentality. And until people are willing to sort of step away and say, you know what? I don't like what this individual does. I'm not going to vote for him. I'm not going to vote that person into power. There are judges that get elected in the state of Florida, some that have ruined the lives of my clients, and they continually get elected because we vote along party lines instead of using our minds.
Rogan and Babylon B argue, discuss how ethical capitalism can be achieved through Christianity. I don't care about that. How is DeSantis popular? DeSantis rides the wave of anger and resentment and frustration that the Republican Party has like broadly relied on for as long as it's existed, and pretty much that's it. That's how he's popular. You know, that's how he does it. That's how he's been doing it, and that's how he'll continue to do it. He basically just does like Trump shit. He's like, he knows Trump is popular, and he was like, I'll just copy it. Yeah, he is good at virtue signaling to the base.